Hey guys, Kiwi here. In this video, I'll be breaking down what Carol is up to in the next episode of The Walking Dead, Season 7, Episode 13, Bury Me Here. We have multiple sneak peeks and trailers to pull info from, and that being said, potential spoilers for the show involving everything up to Episode 7:13, and let's jump right into it. So this episode seems to be entirely based around Carol, Morgan, along with the kingdom in general. And so expecting that right off the bat, the first thing we see in the promo for 7:13 involves Carol leaving her home and walking to the kingdom. She casually takes out walkers on her way, showing that at this point they're really just considered a nuisance for her rather than a threat. So while waiting for the kingdom to open their gates, Carol decides to hop up to a tree and take out the walkers that are collecting at the entrance. She holds up a road sign poking out below her, taking out the zombies with simple headshots as they literally walk right into the end of it. I also think the sign is really funny because of the simple fact that it says one way, and I believe the arrow is pointed in the same direction that the zombies are walking into it. And I understand that this is supposed to be shown as Carol being 100% not intimidated by the zombies whatsoever, as she just sits there practically twiddling her thumbs, taking them out in the easiest way possible, but is that actually realistic? Yeah, zombies rot over time and get all mushy, but bones are still bones, right? And so, regardless of the nitpicking, Carol ends up taking out all the zombies just in time for Benjamin and a few other soldiers to open the gate for her. She says absolutely nothing, not even looking at them really, just walking past them inside the kingdom in a similar fashion to the way Rosita actually walked into the hilltop at the end of last episode. Benjamin tries catching up to Carol, running up to her because he wants to ask her what's up and if she's okay. All that she can say in response to this is that she wants to know where Morgan is, which seems to be the reason why she came here in the first place. So why would she want to see Morgan, you might be wondering? Well, we actually briefly hear her ask him if everyone is alright during one of the trailers, confirming that she didn't fully believe Daryl back in 7:10. And so for those of you who may not remember or just need a refresher, the Daryl and Carol reunion back in episode 7:10 involved him lying to her about pretty much everything that's happened. Norman Reedus actually perfectly describes this in a Talking Dead interview, but essentially Daryl lies and tells her that everyone is okay simply because it's what she needed to hear in that particular moment, and he respects her enough to do that for her. Daryl didn't want to be the reason why Carol started fighting again, because he can see that she's trying so hard not to, and he didn't want her to destroy herself.
She needs to hear that everyone's okay, and I lie to her and say everybody's fine, because she needs to hear it. She's going through her own thing, and if I tell her otherwise, she's gonna want to fight, and that's the last thing she wants to do. She's trying to find herself, and I realize that she needs to hear that, and so I tell her what she needs to hear. I care so much about her that I don't want her to come fight and get hurt and her up, basically.
Well, it looks like she puts two and two together and realizes that everyone cannot just simply be okay like Daryl says. Carol is smart enough to realize this, and this is why she goes straight to the kingdom to ask Morgan if everyone is alright. What do you guys think about Carol in this upcoming episode? I feel like she'll definitely be ready to fight once she has a real talk with Morgan about the deaths of Abraham and Glenn, along with the rest of the BS that's happened since the Season 6 finale. So it'll be really interesting to see how Carol reacts to all this, and hopefully we get a full reaction as we get to see what she has to say to Morgan and what she decides to do afterwards. Who knows? Carol could even help convince King Ezekiel to possibly rise up against the Saviors and help Rick and Alexandria fight Negan. I've been saying this for forever now, I swear, but I would love to watch King Ezekiel and Carol have a full-out conversation about Rick and Alexandria. I'd also like to hear Ezekiel open up about how he was caught off guard when Rick walked into his kingdom asking to fight the Saviors, considering Jesus never asked him if it was okay to tell Rick about his deal with them. Ezekiel worries nothing more than to have his men die because of his command, and he doesn't really know how to send men into battle in the first place. He also doesn't really know Rick enough to trust him in the way that we all need him to. So if Carol can open up to him and explain everything to him in a perspective that he needs to see things in, then maybe he'll finally come to Rick's aid and help kick off all-out war. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments section below about all of this, but that's pretty much it for me today, guys. Be sure to hit that like button on your way out if you've enjoyed anything I've said today, but regardless, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.
On the next episode of AMC's The Walking Dead.
Is everyone okay?